Are you thinking of moving to Berthoud and you want to build your own house? You don't necessarily want to build it, right? I mean, you don't want to swing the hammer, but you want to have some say in how it is built. You want to pick out a floor plan. You want to pick out some of the colors and some of the finishes and maybe some of the design features. If that's you, then keep watching because we're going to talk about some of the new construction in Berthoud. All right, so you are looking for a new home. And when I mean new home, you want to buy it, well, you want to at least sign the contract before it's built. You want to have some say in it. Well, if that's you, I've got 3 neighborhoods that you might want to consider in Berthoud. The first is Vantage. Now, Vantage, there's still a lot of room to get in and find a lot and have a home built the way you want it. Now, most of the builders in all of these neighborhoods, really, they're not full custom builders. So you will be limited a little bit on what you can and what you can't do. So you have to be careful. You know, if you want a full custom house, then this is probably not the neighborhood for you. But if you don't want full custom, you just want to pick out, between 2 or 3 or 4 different floor plans and have some color options and some landscaping options and some finish options, then this is a really good neighborhood for you. Now, Vantage is right around the $600,000 to $800,000 price point. So it's not a cheap neighborhood, but it's still not going to be over $1 million for most of those houses there. When it's all done, it's going to be a really nice neighborhood. It is going to be really close to the rec center, or it is close to the rec center. So if that's important to you, if you want to go somewhere and go swimming and do a little workout or something, you want to be close to that, then it's a perfect place for you. If you're looking for something that's already built, you can find some houses in there that have already built that are probably going to be resold down the road, but it is a very new neighborhood, and so you're not going to find probably a lot of those. Most of the houses that are being sold there are new construction. Now, another really nice neighborhood that you might consider is the Hammond neighborhood. Now, they're still building houses here, obviously, and so you can get in and get some lots. They've built it out more than they've built out Vantage, but they're pretty close, kind of neck and neck. About 400 houses over there, so it's not a huge neighborhood, but not a small neighborhood either. It's a little bit farther away from the city center and from the rec center and stuff like that, but it's still not really that far. I mean, you get in your car and drive there in 5-10 minutes at most. So it's still not that bad. Now, the houses here, you're looking at a price point between $600,000 and $700,000. So it's a little bit cheaper than the Vantage area, but not a lot. Really, it's going to be very, very comparable. And so you're still going to get some options from these builders on what floor plans and finishes and the like, colors and stuff. So if that's you, this may be another neighborhood for you to consider. Now, maybe you want that new house, but spending $700,000 is just a little bit out of your budget. Prairie Star might actually be a good option for you. It is also obviously new construction, so you can have some options and you can customize floor plan colors and finishes, stuff like that. But the price point in Prairie Star, it starts at $400, goes to $500, goes above that too. At least that's what they're advertising. And so you have a little bit of a cheaper house. Now, when it comes to new construction, you always have to remember that the price that they advertise is usually just the base price. And so once you get into that house, then you're going to pick out all your different options. And if you say, I want the deluxe kitchen, not the standard kitchen, it's going to cost more. You want the upgraded appliances, it's going to cost more. You want the upgraded finishes, you want the higher doors, you want the larger trim, you want wood floors, you want the basement finish, you want landscaping, there's a lot of different options through the building process that you will go through. And most of the time, you will end up spending more money than the base price to have a house built because you're going to want to add some of those options. Now, I don't say that to scare you away. I just say that to say you just need to consider it when you're going into some of these houses so that you can budget for some of those upgrades. Because let's face it, very few people are satisfied with just the base model of anything. There are some things that we want a little bit extra. We want upgraded just a little bit. So there's nothing wrong with that. We just have to take that into consideration and know that going into it so we can budget accordingly. Now, there's lots of other brand new neighborhoods in Berthoud or around Berthoud. Colorado is growing in population, especially the northern Colorado side. And so there's lots of options for you. And so if you are thinking of moving here and you want to buy a new house, I encourage you talk to me or talk to another realtor and ask them questions about some of the different options you might have in some of the different neighborhoods. Some people have asked, well, should I use a realtor or should I just go to the builder sales rep? Well, you can do both, honestly. I recommend going through a realtor because a realtor actually can negotiate a little bit stronger on your behalf. And that realtor can also go to bat for you if something doesn't go your way. And so having that advocate to me is always a good thing. It's not something you're going to pay for anyway, the builder is going to pay for. So there really isn't a whole lot of downside for you to do that as long as you're willing to commit yourself to a single realtor. It works really good. That's my recommendation. So if this is something you're considering doing, call me, text me. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to help answer any questions you have. Now, I'm also going to be putting a relocation guide down in the description. This relocation guide will help you if you're considering moving to Colorado. And if that's you, download the guide, 100% free, and it will give you some information, hopefully, that you find very helpful.